Welcome to Roanoke County Business Partners July 2020 edition. We focus this month on 3 Roanoke County businesses that won awards in the 2020 Gauntlet program from the Advancement Foundation. Linda Bailey of Total U Health, Denise Membrano, New Moon Creative Media, and Noelle Anderson from Anderson Music Therapy Services. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, a portion of this month's show was recorded via Zoom.
Welcome, Linda Bailey, Total U Health, to Roanoke County Business Partners. It's great to meet you again, as so many of these have been lately virtually, but welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to talk about the business and the Gauntlet as well.
For folks who don't know you, give us the elevator pitch for Total U Health.
Yes, so Total U Health helps to heal people from the inside out. And we do that by addressing health issues in a non-toxic way. So it literally goes to the cell itself and literally heals from the inside out. And we primarily do that through photobiomodulation or red light therapy. And I can go into all that is, but in a nutshell, at the right dose, it can penetrate all the way to the mitochondria of a cell, which is where we produce our energy. So basically it helps provide oxygen to the cell so that it has energy to do all its body functions.
And you do that not only for human patients, but for non-human patients as well, correct?
That is right. So as a result of this pandemic that we are experiencing, I, along with many other businesses, really had to pivot because we did have to close our office for 2 months. And just luck would have it, I had a client that came in right before we had to shut down and just mentioned in passing that she had horses that were in pain. And immediately I thought, oh, well, we can go there and help your horses, because not only are there protocols for human uses with our equipment, but also for equine, feline, and canine. So the next week I went out there, and I've been going twice a week ever since. So it's been a huge blessing and has helped us maintain some form of revenue at a time that we really didn't have any other revenue. So it's been a blessing in disguise.
Yeah. How did you get into this business? Are you a scientist by background? Tell us the backstory.
7 years ago, my oldest daughter sustained 3 traumatic brain injuries, all in a 13-month period. And if anybody's familiar with brain injuries, they take a long time to heal from. And she was released from 2 local doctors and basically discharged her, and we had nowhere else to go. We weren't given a referral or anything. So I started being her advocate. I did a lot of research and finally found a doctor outside of Charlottesville who not only is an internal medicine doctor, but also has a busy laser therapy practice. And so 2 of her brain injuries are from car accidents, and both of us were in those. So we both went to get treated, and after the second treatment, I noticed such a difference with her that I asked him to write a script so I could purchase the equipment outright, and that is really where the business began. And then I found out the company that I used that made the laser also began manufacturing a whole body pod, and that's when the business idea really started coming together. So
Wow.
We started with a whole body pod as well as the spot treatment, which is what I use for humans and animals. And now we've branched into 5 therapies since, that was 2 years ago that we opened. So yeah, we've grown pretty quickly in spite of the pandemic.
Yeah. Well, that's an amazing story. So the Gauntlet, you're a twice participant now. Tell us about your experience there.
And this year I did it because my needs have totally changed. I've got 2 years under my belt now. I'm ready to take this to the next level, and felt like my mentor experience, as well as the connections again that I would make this year, would definitely help me get to that next level. Not only that, but the prizes that I won really are going to help propel me. I'm very excited about that. So I'm anxious to get that started.
So tell us about the prizes.
Very excited. So I won a 5-hour free consultation with Eddie Alexander, which is I can say a national marketing company. They have a location in Roanoke, but also California. So can't be more excited about that one. I also have a consultation with the Innovation Mill, where they also do a 360 evaluation of a business and kind of make recommendations based on that. So another type of consultation that I can't wait to get started with. We just moved, for those who don't know, into a new office, and my forte is not decorating. So I got a consultation with an interior designer who hopefully is going to make our office really look professional and come across the way we want to for our clients. I won $4,000 in cash, which is huge. We talked about treating animals. I bought a veterinary unit now that I can use for animals, and I needed to do that. So this is going to go towards paying that off.
Yeah. So for folks who want to find out more about your business,
you can call us 404-8858 or email us at info@totaluhealth.org. So any of the above.
And you mentioned your new office is right here on Starkey, right off of 419.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. We are right across from Food Lion, Buffalo Wild Wings, that part of Starkey Road, and we are in the Inn unit closest to Holiday Inn.
Well, Linda, congratulations on your wins. Congratulations on how the business is taking off and how you've been able to pivot in this COVID time. And thanks so much for spending part of your morning with us. And now go enjoy the beach.
Thanks so much. And I appreciate the exposure. We greatly, appreciate anytime we can talk about the business in front of people.
Yeah.
The COVID-19 pandemic has severely and negatively impacted the region's businesses, their employees, customers, and owners. In response, Roanoke County and the town of Vinton have established a $1 million grant program to help our small businesses recover. Funded by the Federal Coronavirus Aid Relief and Economic Security, or CARES Act, these one-time grants of up to $10,000 will help eligible businesses cover some of their operational costs, clean their facilities, pivot to respond to new market conditions, and more. Grant amounts will be based on the number of employees a business had pre-COVID-19 and are subject to availability of funds and the number of applications received. Applications will be accepted on a first-come, first-served basis beginning Monday, July 6, 2020. For more information, including eligibility requirements and to download the application form, please go to www.yesroanoke.com.
Tom Rowley with Roanoke County Economic Development here today at the offices of Denise Allen Membrano, owner and CEO of New Moon Creative Media. Denise, thank you. Welcome.
Oh, thanks for coming. I'm glad you're here.
I appreciate it. So tell us about your business and then we'll talk a bit about the Gauntlet program that you've just graduated through.
Sure. New Moon Creative Media is a full-service video production company. Lately, we've been doing a lot of live streaming. We live streamed funerals during the pandemic. We produce Roots to Rock, which is our live stream music show that we do from area venues and craft breweries. And we produce over the years, we've produced television shows as well as corporate videos and commercials.
And you're also launching some new business lines within that, correct?
And that's right. Along those lines, my production partner and I, we really like long-form video, which isn't really the norm nowadays, but we like to produce programs. And so when we entered the Gauntlet, we entered our cooking show, which is actually a cooking and wellness show. So we'll be focusing on underlying conditions and how to eat to, I guess, improve your health, even with those underlying conditions.
Yeah, great. And with that, some technological help me out here. The app.
Yeah, we're gonna as we start producing more and more shows, we're going to develop an app which we hope to have released by early next year, which will house all our programming, our music show, the cooking show, an upcoming outdoor recreation show, as well as some public affairs programming. One of the impetuses for the app was to provide local programming that's not really being done in the region anymore. Cox Communications used to produce all these different local television shows and put them on their Cox 9 channel, and now most of that comes out of Hampton Roads. So we kind of want to pull it back and produce like we're doing with the music show. It's locally sourced, but it's universally appealing. We have viewers in 6 states and 6 countries. And music, it crosses all borders. And we feel like a health program will do the same. It will cross borders. Even though it's sourced locally here, it will play just as well in North Carolina, Tennessee. We market our programming to North Carolina, Tennessee, West Virginia, and the state of Virginia.
Yeah, and you've got some background, some history in the broadcast, the media industry. Is that right?
I do. I worked at Channel 7 for 14 years. I left there in 2001 and did sports and news for them and videography. So then when I left there, New Moon kind of just happened. It's a funny long story, but it evolved. Yeah. And came out of the gate working as New Moon for Cox Communications, producing documentaries, and it's just kind of evolved from there.
Oh, terrific. And the Gauntlet program, I think you were pretty successful in that. I had the privilege of being one of the pitch judges. I certainly enjoyed viewing yours. Tell us about your experience there.
The Gauntlet is an amazing program because I've been through it twice, and the first time was when we started launching Roots to Rock and live streaming, and not knowing at the time what live streaming really would become. And what they do is, for someone like myself who really doesn't have a business background, it gives you the framework to develop a business that can be successful. And Annette Patterson, the founder of the Gauntlet, encouraged me to go through again. I just asked her for a book. I said, can I have the book because I'm starting this new program and I want to go through it. And each show is almost its own business. And it has to have its own sponsors, and and she goes, why don't you come again? And I learned, you just keep learning, because even if you heard it the first time, it may not have been applicable, or you may not have been ready for it. And that's what I found. I'd heard about QuickBooks, I watched, all the things, and I said, no, I'm just going to do Excel. This time around, I was like, okay, I'm sold, I'm on QuickBooks now. Yeah. I started just reorganizing my financial structure, and it just gives you as an entrepreneur, gives you the framework to create a successful business. And I think it speaks for itself how much it's grown and the successes that they've had. Yeah.
Well, and speaking of success, you were quite successful. I think you have a bag of awards there. Share with us what you won.
Annette would be happy. I do have my bag. So we received $31.65 in kind for services, which is very good because they ask you all along what you need. And I said, I need marketing help. So I have $2,000 worth of marketing help. And I said I would love to have some business coaching. And I received $1,000 of business coaching, and then a great benefit, the year membership to the Vinton Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, so, excellent. Wow.
So I believe I got what I needed, and that I can turn that into, something to help us grow even more.
Yeah. Well, we look forward to watching you grow and seeing the great programming that you produce. Congratulations on everything. And tell folks how to find you, where they can connect with you.
Okay, you can connect with us at newmooncreativemedia.com or roots2rock.com on Facebook as well, or Twitter and Instagram.
All of
Goes on and on and on.
Denise, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tom Rowley with Roanoke County Economic Development here today with Noelle Anderson of Anderson Music Therapy. Welcome, Noelle.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We're here standing in front of one of your locations at Five Points Music Sanctuary. And you have just recently participated in the Advancement Foundation's Gauntlet program.
Yes. Yeah.
Tell us about your business, the elevator pitch, and your experience with the Gauntlet.
Sure. So we're Anderson Music Therapy, and we use music therapy and art therapy to empower people to overcome barriers in their life so they can be their best selves at home, at work, and in the community.
And how did you get into this?
So I got into music therapy.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, so I was a music major, but I didn't want to do music ed and I didn't want to do music performance. So I actually Googled careers in music, and that was the first time I heard of music therapy. My sophomore year of undergrad, transferred to the college that transferred the most of my credits, and within
sure
a couple
your parents appreciated that.
Yes. Well, though it was a private school, so
okay.
It was a little more expensive. But it was worth it. I got my undergrad in music therapy, passed my board certification test, so I became a board certified music therapist. And then a few years later, I went to Temple University in Philadelphia, got my master's in music therapy. And when I moved here, I had a hard time finding music therapists. There weren't any private practices here. And I just felt there was a need to serve the community in a different capacity, using creative arts therapies to help empower people.
Great. And I should note, because this is Roanoke County Business Partners, we're in front of your city location, but you do have a location near Hollins in the county, and another one in Danville, I believe.
Yes, we have in Danville and Martinsville. We also serve there, and we actually travel a bunch, so we serve all the way down to Pulaski as well.
Wow, okay. And you've been in business how long now?
Since 2011.
Okay. But just recently competed in the 2020 Gauntlet program. Tell us about your experience there.
Yes, absolutely. So it started out in person, ended up online, but the experience overall, just getting to know, it was so neat to see all the community leaders that I would have never known, that there were all these people with these creative ideas that want to improve the community. I think that was really the overarching theme that I saw, just people wanting to make a difference and bring their ideas to life to serve the community.
Yeah. And how do you think it's helped your business?
Yeah, so I think one, connecting me, I met some really great people that, like I said, otherwise I wouldn't have connected with as strongly, going through the same projects and processes, and learning together and struggling together a little bit too, especially with all that's been going on with not being able to be in person. We were able to kind of empathize through that process.
Right.
And when our brains were kind of in, I call it COVID-19 brain, we had to write our business plans, but we were there to support each other because we were all going through that same process. As far as how it's helped my business directly, I asked for a lot of help with marketing. When people understand what we do as a music therapy, art therapy practice, they support us 100%. But it's hard to sometimes communicate what we do because we serve a diverse audience. We serve from toddlers through older adults with developmental disabilities, with neurologic disorders, and even kids in foster care. So all those people have very different needs.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to explain concisely how we help empower people. So I really needed help in that area, and the Gauntlet Advancement Foundation gave me, through the awards that they gave at the award ceremony, gave me a spot on Fox Radio, and a lot of strategic planning, and they gave me a package that was really what I needed.
Yeah.
And especially in this time, it was just extra meaningful when I think as small business owners, a lot of us are struggling.
Right.
And so not only was it helpful for my business, but it was helpful for my morale,
Yeah.
and for my team of my staff, music therapists and art therapists. I think that they're going to benefit from, directly from the things that the Advancement Foundation taught me.
Yeah. Oh, great. So both personally as a business owner and professionally as a business, sounds like it's made you stronger, and you'll be in better shape to move forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. Well, Noelle, congratulations on your
you.
awards at the Gauntlet, and thanks for spending time with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us for Roanoke County Business Partners. If you have any questions about this show, want to start a business, or need business assistance, please contact the Roanoke County Economic Development Office at 540-772-2124 or email Jill Loop at jloop@roanokecountyva.gov, or you can always visit our website at yesroanoke.org.